औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। फ्रेंड्स, आज जो हम वीडियो बनाने जा रहे हैं ये पार्ट 12 है। इसमें इकनॉमिक्स के ज़्यादातर इकोनॉमिस्ट के बारे में बताया गया है। ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन हैं जो कि PPSC में नॉर्मली पूछे जाते हैं। स्टार्ट करते हैं। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डज नॉट मैच एच माइंड इकनॉमिक थ्योरी एंड द अंडर डेवलप्ड रीजन। Identify the author of the employment aspect of the planning in the underdeveloped countries. K. N. Raj. Who first formulated the marginal productivity theory of the distribution? J. B. Clark. Who wrote a contribution to the theory of trade cycle? J. R. Hicks. Who first raised fears of a world food shortage? T. R. Malthus. Which of the following is not correctly method? R.F. Harvard, Income and Money. Which of the following Alfred Marshall works was first published? The Pure Theory of Foreign Trades. Identify the author of the Trade Cycle. R.C. Malthus. Which one of the following is the work of A.C. Pigo? Economics of Welfare. Which is the work of R.F. Harvard, the gold standard in the theory and practice? When was Adam Smith's major work, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations, published? 1776. Who, among the following well-known economists, graduated from the London School of Economics? N. Caldor. Who first used the term coincident? Alfred Marshall. The theory of monopolistic competition was developed in the 1930s almost simultaneously and independently by two well-known economists. One was E. H. Chamberlain, who was the other Johann Robinson. Who is the author of the famous work Asian Drama, An Inquiry into the Causes of Poverty? Gunnar Myrdal. Who among the following Nobel Prize winner is an American economist? Lawrence Gallion. The real price of the everything, what everything really costs the man who wants to require it, is the toil and the trouble of the acquiring it. Who made this statement? Adam Smith. The strategy of the economic development is the work of A. O. Hirschman. How old was Alfred Marshall when he died? 82 years. Which of the following is not the work of J. A. Scamper? Readings in Economics. Who among the following served as professor of economics at Harvard? E. H. Chamberlain. The general theory of employment, interest and the money is the major work of J. M. Keynes. Rent is a creation of value, not of wealth. Who made this observation? David Ricardo. Who is the author of the problem of capital formation in underdeveloped countries? R. Nugse. Among the following Nobel Prize winner for economics, one is an Austrian economist. Identify him. F. A. von Hayek. Who is the author of the Capitalism, Yesterday and Today? M. Doe. The Cambridge School refers to the group of English economists who came under the influence of Alfred Marshall. At which university was W. W. Leontief appointed professor of economics in 1946? University of Yale. In which year was the first volume of Das Kapital by Karl Marx published? 1867. Identify the work of the Irving Fisher, The Making of the Index Numbers. Who used the term consumption capital for consumer goods? Alfred Marshall. Identify the work by the Amartya, Employment, Technology and Development. The modern new Keynesian theory of the interest owes its development largely to the efforts of J. R. Hicks. Who among the following economists is not a Nobel Prize laureate? Johann Robinson. The critique of the political economy, the first fruits of the Karl Marx long painstaking research at the British Museum appeared in 1859. Who wrote that there are no longer any believers in the laissez-faire except on the lunatic fringe? The truth is W.A. Lewis. Whose words are these? We might as resemble dispute whether it is the upper or the under blade of a pair of the scissors that cuts a piece of the paper, as whether value is governed by the utility or cost of the production. Alfred Marshall. Identify the nationality of the 1997 Economics Nobel Prize winner Bertil Ohlin, Swedish. Who wrote Economics of the Perfect Competition? Johann Robinson. Which of the following is not the work of the Paul A. Samuelson, History of the Economics Analysis? The Communist Manifesto, written jointly by the Marx and the Engel, was published in 1848. Who coined the phrase "a temporary abode of the purchasing power" while explaining the concept of money? Milton Friedman. Who introduced the concept of elasticity of the demand into economic theory? Alfred Marshall. Which one of the following has been the most influential work of the F.H. Knight? Risk, Uncertainty and Profit. Gunnar Myrdal was awarded Nobel Prize for the Economics in 1974. What is nationality? Swedish. In which year was Paul A. Samuelson awarded the Nobel Prize for Economics? 1970. Who stated explicitly for the first time the law of the comparative cost? David Ricardo. Who developed the Keynesian theory of the distribution? N. Caldor. Though the concept of the consumer surplus can be tracked back to the French Indian economist Dupuit, it was another economist who gave a precise formulation stating the necessary assumption of the concept. Identify the economist. Alfred Marshall. Who first formulated the revealed preference approach to the theory of the consumer behavior from the constraint of the traditional concept of the utility? Paul A. Samuelson. Who started explicitly for the first time the Lewis of the comparative cost in the context of the theory of international trade? David Ricardo. फ्रेंड्स, आज हमारे 400 MCQs कंप्लीट हो गए हैं और 200 लास्ट में से इस बुक में से मैंने शामिल किए हुए हैं, तो टोटल हमारे 600 MCQs आज कंप्लीट हो गए हैं। फ्रेंड्स, इसी तरह हम नेक्स्ट वीडियोस बनाते रहेंगे। हमें और भी वीडियोस बनाने के लिए आप हमें मतलब कि टॉपिक जो है वो बता सकते हैं कि किस टॉपिक के ऊपर हम वीडियो बनाएं। तो फ्रेंड्स, इसको ज़रूर लाइक और शेयर कीजिएगा और व्यू ज़रूर कीजिएगा। बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर प्रिपरेशन।